Hello, everybody, and welcome to the premiere of Season 2 of Battle of the Bangers. I'm your host. My name is Tyler, and, of course, I am joined by the boys. We've got Brennan.
What's going on, folks?
And we have Kyle, who is seductively chugging some wine.
Well, hello. Welcome.
Well, hello.
Season 2.
So, for those of you who are just now joining us, Battle of the Bangers is a little show we do where we pit different bands and different songs against each other based on general topics. Season 1, we covered the 8 most popular streamed Dance Gavin Dance songs, and this time we are going to be having the battle of the top 8 most streamed SWANCORE bands, excluding Dance Gavin Dance. For obvious reasons, that would not be a contest. That would not be fair. So, we're going to load up the bracket here. We're going to see what we have to work with. Look at all these bands. Wow. Fun stuff.
Oh my god.
We've definitely listened to all of them prior to this. I actually have, but I know someone on this call hadn't even heard of a few of them. And it definitely wasn't Kyle. Anyway, today we're talking about the first matchup. We got our number 1 seed, Hail the Sun, against the number 8 seed, Secret Band.
Whoa.
I don't listen to either of these bands because I am not a fan of either. So, I am hoping that I will not have to be the tiebreaker today. I am hoping that you two will be able to come to a general consensus. If I have to break the tie, I will, but I hope I don't. So, we're going to dive right into it. Hail the Sun versus Secret Band. Brennan, I want you to kick it off. You can pick which band to even start with. I'll give you all the freedom in the world today.
Oh man. As far as these two, to start off with, I'm gonna go with Secret Band. Not for my vote, just who I'm gonna talk about here.
I was like, wow, that's quick.
So Secret Band, it's pretty much DGD without Tillian. So like just John Mess kind of like driving, pretty much driving the progress of all the songs and such. They're kind of what I consider to be like a dirty type band where all of their stuff sounds like really unclean. They have like that raw, like not like a grungy sound, but like you could tell like their stuff's not really like super polished.
Yeah. And
I think that's where the band kind of suffers a little bit because, yeah, like you have DGD, but you're kind of getting them in like a downgraded sense for me because like, I think of Dance Gavin Dance, I think of like, really intricate instruments, which you get some of that here. I think of like really clean like vocal delivery and like performance and recording and all that stuff. But then we get the Secret Band and everything's just like muddy and murky and, kind of on top of itself. So, I mean, that's not to say the music's bad. I mean, I don't think it's bad. I mean, sometimes I like listening to it, just to get something different. But just like the uncleanliness of a lot of their tracks, with both albums and an EP and some singles, to me it kind of like weighs them down a little bit.
Yeah. I would like to bring up a quote from Tillian in an interview, I think it was with like Alternative Press or something, where he said his job was to take all of the shit that Will and John write and make it listenable. And this is proof that is actually a thing that needs to happen because Secret Band, he's not in the equation. And I don't particularly enjoy listening to it. It is kind of rough on the eardrums if you play it for too long, in my opinion. Yeah. Kyle, have you experienced Secret Band before today?
I have, yes. I actually have. I have heard both of these bands before today, unlike some other ones. But as far as Secret Band goes, I've actually like listened to them, quote unquote, for longer. It's more so that when I first discovered them back close to like DGD, when I discovered DGD time, I kind of just saved some of their stuff to my phone, and every once in a while it'll pop up in my my rotation, and I jam to it. And I kind of agree with you, Brendan, in some terms. I don't know if the word unlistenable is like the thing we should describe it as, because if I'm being honest with you, it like, especially when I listen to like one song and walk away from it, I'm like, oh shit, like that was pretty solid. Because like John Mess is a talented man, and I think that a lot of the songs are just like pretty well crafted. There are
to clear
definitely
my
people...
name, to clear my name, I'm not the one that said unlistenable.
Yeah, you did not.
Tyler
was,
is.
Technically, I didn't say it either. I just paraphrased Tillian and connected the dots.
That's fair.
I didn't say I think that it sounds like if you get shoved in the back of a cement mixer full of gravel. I didn't say that. Do I think that? Possibly, but I didn't say that, so you can't like quote me on that.
Well, then you just kind of said it.
He said hypothetically said it.
Maybe.
You know? Who knows? But no, for real, I think that like there are definitely like a group of people that really enjoy those chunks of DGD songs, you know, like more so than even the rest of the DGD songs sometimes. And that's the people that go and like absolutely throw down the Secret Band. I totally get that. Like if you're that kind of people, those people, go for it, man. Because like what Secret Band puts out is really well crafted. Like it's good music. It's just not for me, and that's okay. Because like I'm never gonna go out of my way to listen to Secret Band, ever. I promise. Like it's just not what I like. But when it randomly shows up in a one song, I'm just like, okay, and then I go pretty hard for a second in my daily freaking journey to work if it shows up in my freaking shuffle. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's pretty good. It's just not for me. Definitely deserving to be on the list. Just I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Now, going into Hail the Sun, again, this is another band that I've never been a huge fan of. You know, Brennan and I have seen them live a handful of times. Not my favorite. And again, they're not bad. I would say that like I think Secret Band is like kind of not great. My personal opinion. I think Hail the Sun is a good band. They really are. Just like I personally have never really connected with them a ton. But I know that Brennan, you were a really big fan of their last album. I don't know if you like any of their other stuff prior to that. We haven't really talked about this before, so I want to have you start off by talking about them.
So their older stuff definitely is not bad. Like they've had a couple records in the past, like Wake is obviously their most streamed record. You know, there are some like really like pretty good songs on it. They kind of lose me a little bit in like the middle of their discography, but New Age Filth was really close to cracking my top 5 albums of last year. From top to bottom, like every song just kind of brings like everything that they've had, you know, in previous releases that, you know, were good, and kind of finally like made a full-blown package out of it. I mean, I'm thinking of songs like Domino, Parasitic Cleanse, Make Your Mark, Punch Drunk. Like, you know, there's tons of tracks on it that make that album fantastic, and thus makes the album maybe not like the most cohesive piece. I think that's why I left it off, but it makes it like a great sum of its parts, to where it's full of such good songs that, you know, the album itself is thus good. Definitely bringing this band towards the top of this list, obviously, but as far as this band versus Secret Band, if I'm going to cast my vote now, I think Hail the Sun kind of dunks on Secret Band.
Wow.
So
that's harsh, dude. I can't believe you'd say that.
That's I know. Really, I saw out of left field. Never would have expected you to.
Wow.
To take that route.
I am taken aback, honestly.
I gotta stick with my guns, guys.
Damn.
Kyle, what do you think of Hail the Sun?
So, they're another band that like I have like some music saved from Wake and stuff like that onto my phone, and then when they show up, I listen to them, and I really like them. They're not something I ever really go out of my way to like look for, and I'm not gonna promise I'd never go out of my way to find them, because I think I would. Like if I'm just like, you know what, I kind of want this, I go for it, you know, because I really like a lot of the stuff they're doing. Especially like when I was doing research for this, I went back and listened to like Wake and some older stuff, and then I listened to New Age Filth, and it's kind of crazy, the thing I kind of like put together in my head. I don't know if it's like a great comparison, but I felt it, so I'm gonna go with it. When talking about DGD, you look at like old DGD and it's very different from new age DGD. There are definitely some things that like continue over, but like they have definitely become a very different band. And a lot of people like that older style of DGD a lot more than the newer style of DGD, or vice versa. And I feel like there's a little bit of divide there. Whereas Hail of the Sun, I feel like have just like, they kind of give me that vibe of older DGD, especially in their older stuff. And it almost feels like they stuck with that style and just kind of like grew on that like style instead of like shifting styles like DGD did. It almost feels like Hail the Sun today feels like what DGD would have been today if they would have stuck with like old DGD style. And I kind of really dig it. Like, it's very cool. It's very, like, I feel like DGD likes to like try a lot of stuff, like do a lot of like the tall instead of wide, like I was talking about with some of their newer music, DGD does. Whereas like, the older DGD stuff, it's very wide. They like have like a couple instruments going at once. They really know how to make that sound work and they kill it. Maybe they add a little something in. That's what Hail the Sun does all the time. And they absolutely know how to rock that sound all the time. And it's really good. I don't really go out of my way to listen to it sound. I might do it more after this, honestly. After doing this deep dive, I was more impressed than I had thought I was with Hail the Sun. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like Hail the Sun's like super solid. Like definitely deserving to be on the list. They're number 1 seed, right? Aren't they?
Yeah,
like
they are number 1 seed. They have. I'm not looking at a list. I know this off the top of my head.
They have 188 monthly listeners on Spotify.
Nice.
Only 188?
Oh, 188,000. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was like, that's a really small number.
Yeah, we're doing really small bands here,
yeah,
folks.
I have 192,379 as of the time when we made the tier list.
Solid.
Secret Band only has 34,618.
I will say
dunked on.
I don't. Well, yeah, understandably. I feel like when I said like comparing the two, actually, this is a good segue. I feel like there's like a group of people that really like the music the Secret Band makes. I feel like there's a much wider audience that could just stumble upon Hail the Sun and be like, "Oh, this is kind of cool," and at least listen to 1 or 2 songs. There is a vast majority of people that I feel like if they just stumble upon Secret Band, they'd be like, "Oh, what the fuck is that?" And they just like run away. Like they'd be like, "No, thank you." Like.
It's like it's like if someone like stumbled across that weird John Mess EP from like a long time ago that was just like
he's just trying to pay some
the
bills.
wildest shit on planet Earth that I think he just made because he had to like pay rent or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like that, but like better. But still, it's very weird.
It's weird.
Maybe Secret
I
Band
wouldn't say
should
it's
stay
that
secret.
bad, but yeah.
Yeah, I definitely, I wouldn't even go as far to say that it's bad. Like, I really wouldn't. I think that, like, what they have, like, they've written, like, some pretty legit songs. It's just in a style that I don't
think it's
love.
like less accessible.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
a really
definitely
good
like even SWANCORE is a very niche genre, and this is like the nichest of the niche within.
Yeah.
It's
like it's
the niche of the niche.
nicheception.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I think both of these bands deserve to be here, and I think the divide among the listeners is kind of appropriate because I feel like that is kind of like where I'm leaning as well as what makes the most sense. I will say, don't know if Hail the Sun deserves to be number 1 seed. Throw that little, what does he think should be the number 1 seed? Little tidbit. Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like they are really good. Definitely deserving to be here. And if we're doing what Brennan did, I'd throw my vote also to Hail the Sun because.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
That's good.
I don't know. It's just
if I had a tie break, I might have gone with Secret Band just for the funnies, but like yeah, I think,
Just for the
I think Hail the
trolls.
Sun's got to advance. So
Yeah.
Congratulations, Hail the Sun. You have murdered Secret Band, and in doing so, have murdered 3 of the 5 core members of Dance Kevin Dance, founders of the genre.
Yes.
But that's okay because all of them appear at least one more time in a different band on this list. That's the wonderment of big SWANCORE bands. A lot of them are just the same people, swippy swapped around. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
But that's going to do it for today's episode. Very quick and brutal bloodbath today.
Boom.
We'll see if next week's matchup, being Royal Coda versus Dwellings, is going to be a bit of a closer match. I personally think it will. Am a big fan of both of those bands. But if you want to be notified when that episode drops, please make sure you subscribe to the Talks a Lot Boys and dangle the bell so that you know right when that battle drops on the interwebs. Also, make sure you like this video if you liked it. It really does help out a ton. Also, comment below if you like Secret Band, if you think Hail the Sun deserved to die in a pit underneath the boot of Secret Band. If you think that is a reality, let us know in the comments below. Or if you agree, or if you just want to say hi, anything. Just type something out and we'll probably read it. We'll definitely read it.
Yeah, we always read it.
Somewhere
Literally,
that, yeah.
you should see, like, every time somebody makes a comment, like, usually we end up texting each other, like, oh my gosh, did you see what blah, blah, blah said? That's so great.
Yeah, it's
we constantly, yeah.
sad but true. Anyway, we have been the Talk Slot Boys. We will talk a whole lot more next time. Bye-bye.